You're not trying to be everybody's friend, and that irritates some people. When you are dealing with people who do not like the fact, they actually get angry and they get upset with you because you're not trying to be everybody's friend, those are the people you have to watch out for. There are some women, they hate the fact that other women are not so easily trusting. It's because you follow what people do and say, and you follow that. A woman who is not easily trying to make friends, or let's say you're a woman who does not easily make friends, as adult women, we have to admit it is extremely difficult to make new friends, especially other women. The jealousy, the envy, the competitive nature of many women stops women from being friends so easily. Because of that, a lot of women are not desperate or trying to be friends with everybody. Now, I am not anti-friend. I am not anti-social group. I am not anti trying to get to know someone. But because of the jealous, envious, snake-like behavior of other women, a lot of women have become more cautious when it comes to their friendships, when it comes to their relationships, when it comes to the people they choose to have around them. There are some people, they want you to feel like you are socially awkward simply because you are not trying to make friends. You're not desperate for friendship. If you have a hard time making friends, don't feel bad. Sometimes, true, it can be anxiety, it can be nervousness, it can be yet social anxiety kind of thing. But for most women, the reason why you're not so eager to make a friend is because you've dealt with the drama. You've dealt with the issues with other women. You've dealt with being caught up in other people's messiness, and you no longer want any parts of that. So there are some people, they don't like the fact that you are not trying to be friends with them. And this includes women that don't even like you. It's amazing how there are some women, they don't like you, or they always give you an attitude. They give you the bare minimum. They might say little backhanded compliments or make little smart remarks or, stare at you and look at you in a very odd way. And yet they want to be so close to you. To me, this signals some kind of mental deficiency. And when you have wisdom, when you have discernment, when you understand other people's patterns, you look at those things and say, that's not someone I want to be friends with. And it's amazing that one decision to not be friends with a person you get a bad vibe from, because really that's what that is. When a woman is not eager, she's not trying hard to make friends, she's picked up on the vibe, she's picked up on somebody's personality, and it doesn't vibe with hers. And that's okay. When you draw a line in the sand, when it comes to certain people you will deal with and certain people you will not deal with, that will make people look at you sideways. That will have people treating you like you're wrong because you don't want to deal with the messy person. I cannot tell you how many times, especially in my teen years and my early 20s, I have been in different conflicts simply because I recognized for lack of a better word, I recognized a bad person for what they were. I saw that their personality, the little front they put on, that it was just that, a front. But behind closed doors, they were very nasty, very rude, very jealous, very envious of others, and I wanted no parts of that. What's crazy about that, and you really have to expect this, there are going to be some people who will try to gaslight you, manipulate you into allowing certain people into your life. That brings me to the next point. When you are a woman who does not make friends easily, or you're not eager to make friends, there will be some people around you who will try to manipulate you into letting evil, wicked, jealous, and or envious, or just miserable people into your life. Family and people you know closely are good for this. They always want you to give somebody the benefit of the doubt who does not deserve it. Now, this is not about forgiveness. This is not about holding grudges. This is about protecting yourself from jealous, envious, miserable people. If you have picked up on the fact that somebody is a jealous, envious hater, or they're just a miserable person to be around, you feel like your energy is being drained anytime you're around them, that is not somebody you necessarily want to get close to. But people who are also messy, when they see that you're protecting your peace, when they see that you are not messy, you don't like to be caught up in the drama, they will try to push you toward that toxic person because they're trying to get you caught up in drama. This is another reason why women who don't make friends easily, they don't like the idea of having other people try to triangulate with them. What do I mean by that? There are some people, they operate in packs. A woman who does not make friends easily, normally she's a lone wolf. She does not operate in a pack. And people who operate in packs, they always need someone to co-sign on their messiness. And unfortunately, the woman who is more calm, the woman who is more level-headed, the woman who is more reserved, the woman who is more intelligent and wise, she will often be the target for the messy, jealous, and or envious, miserable person's rage, their misguided conflict, their feelings about their own life. They love to take it out on people who have nothing to do with the way their life is going. They will make you the target of their jealousy, of their envy, of their miserable lives simply because you have peace. So a woman who is not eager to make friends, or you don't make friends easily, it's because you see all of the drama. It's because you see all of the messiness and you don't want anything to do with it. I want to backtrack on what I said about triangulation. That is when other people try to get someone to co-sign or to back them up on their negativity towards you. So for example, let's say you let down your guard, don't follow your discernment, don't follow your intuition, and you let a jealous, envious, or miserable person into your life. You decide to give them the benefit of the doubt. You're trying to be overly spiritual, overly righteous. You're trying your best to be a good person and say maybe she just needs a friend. And now she's come into your life and wreak havoc. A lot of women have experienced that. A little bit of a sidebar, but not really. Not following your first instinct when it comes to certain people that you get a bad vibe from, that will almost always make for a drama-filled life. Listen to your intuition. So you invite that person into your life, and the next thing you know, they're getting you caught up in things that have absolutely nothing to do with you. This is another reason why women who don't make friends easily tend to be by themselves. We can't go along to get along. Like, we're not going to walk you to something that's going to be harmful, and we're not going to let you bring something to us that is going to disrupt our peace. I say that to say, if somebody gets you caught up in their drama, you might not have anything to do with it. But the moment you have a difference of opinion, now you're that person's enemy. And I hate to say this, the quiet woman, the woman who is more reserved, the woman who is more classy, the woman who is more to herself, she's often the one who's to blame when messy people around her, life start falling apart. And then they'll pull somebody else in to say, well, she knows about this too. And next thing you know, you're privy to information you did not even ask for. Been there. That's a little bit of a ghetto situation. As you get older, as you get wiser, you become more selective, you become more guarded, not fearful, but guarded of who you allow into your life. So these people are mad because you are not eager to make friends. You're not, you don't make friends that easily. There's nothing wrong with a woman if she doesn't make friends so easily, especially as you get older. Trying to make friends as a woman in your 30s, in your 40s, and so on, unless you share a common interest with these women, it can be extremely difficult. Some women are not very trusting of other women. It could be for good reason, it could be for insecure reasons, it can be because of their jealous, envious nature that they always see other women as their competition. Nonetheless, as a woman, when you get to the point where you don't want to go through all of that, you don't want to have to figure out and thumb through another woman's insecurities in order to be a friend. That's another reason why some people might look at you like you're standoffish, like you're socially awkward, like you have some kind of issue with you because you're not eager to make friends. The way I am, for me, if God does not put that connection together or it doesn't come naturally, I'm not worrying about it. It's not that I don't want to have friends. I have friends, but it's not that I don't want to make more friends. But if it doesn't happen, I'm okay. You know, once you get older, you start realizing you really don't need that many people around you. Because for every person you have around you, let's say you have a group of 4 or 5 people, at least one of them is not really your friend. At least one of them is your frenemy or enemy. And you can tell that by they always try to ostracize you and make you seem like there's something wrong with you because you're not going along to get along. This brings me to the more deeper point. As women, if you don't make friends easily, if you are highly selective, it's not that you're standoffish. It's not that you're socially awkward oftentimes. It's that you understand that some women, especially women, can be extremely evil. And I know some people might be saying that's not fair to make that assumption. That's not an assumption. That's a fact. There are some women, they only want to be friends with other women so they can destroy your life, so they can interfere in your relationships, so they can sour your sweet personality and make you just like them. This goes back to what I was saying about how some people will actually try to force interactions on you. Family is good for this. You might know certain things about certain people, but because that family member is not privy to that information, they're looking at that individual like they're perfect, but you know exactly who they are and you don't want to be bothered with them. Do not allow people to try to force interactions when you understand that that person is not a good person. And I don't say that lightly because I believe that God can change all people, that nobody is perfect, but there are some people who wear donkey like a personality trait. They wear that as if it's a badge of honor, and that's no denying it. So it's not that you're standoffish. If you're not eager to make friends, if it's hard for you to make friends, sometimes it comes down to you are too much of a deeper thinker. And that's another thing that kind of turns off jealous, envious, or miserable people. When you think too deeply, when you understand life a little bit too deep, when you have a certain way you want to live and how you want to be, that reminds me of a TikTok little clip I saw. It was a guy, he would like reenact these moments when he's with his unbothered friend. And he asked her, "Why are you eating so slowly?" And she said, "Why are you in a rush?" Said, "I'm enjoying the food. I'm savoring it." Or they were outside and she was hugging on the tree and he was saying, "Oh my goodness, I know you're not one of those tree hugger people." And she's like, "I'm enjoying nature. You should try to do the same." I give you that example to say some women are carefree. Some women are what they call free spirits, as in you don't let the cares of this life to weigh you down. That can pose an issue for jealous, envious, or not even jealous, evil and miserable people. If you are too much of a free spirit, as they say, or you are just unbothered, at peace, you like to take it easy, it's going to be hard for you to make friends with other women. What I have observed and what I have experienced is that a lot of times women do not know how to relax. They don't know how to relax. They don't know how to enjoy being friends with other women. They like to constantly criticize and pick everything apart. And if you happen to be the quiet friend, the unbothered friend, If you happen to be the one who is more peaceful, more level-headed, a lot of times you're going to have people in your circle, if you allow it, that are going to make you the target of their jokes because you are so unbothered, because you are so at peace, because you know how to chill and take it easy. Some women can't be friends with other women because they're wound up too tightly. What do I mean by wound up too tightly? Let me sip some of my tea from Subway. What I mean by wound up too tightly, they take everything serious. And this is a little bit of a sidebar, but not really. When you're dealing with women who feel like the only way to be taken seriously is to walk around being a bully or to pick people apart, to overly criticize, that is not someone that you want to deal with. That can be an exhausting kind of friendship or relationship. Dealing with women who don't even want to smile out of fear that they look weak to the others. Feminine women, women who lean more into their femininity and their feminine softness, who understand that they can still be strong, but don't have to carry themselves like they have to demand respect, like you can just relax and be yourself. You're not going to make friends easily because a lot of other women don't have that mindset. I'm not saying that no women have that mindset. I believe a lot of you do. Otherwise, you wouldn't be on this channel. But there are some women, they're always looking for problems. I just have to say it exactly how it is. You will not make friends easily as a woman because some women don't know how to relax. They are always wound up in their body, in their mind, thinking about who and or what they can pick apart, start a problem with, or be jealous or compete with. So the idea of making friends with other women, just because you're not eager to do that, that doesn't make you odd. It doesn't make you weird. It doesn't make you antisocial or any of that. You're just selective. If I can't just chill around you and I gotta wonder if you're judging, I gotta wonder if you are, competing with me, that's not a healthy friendship. That's going to impact your mental health. And a lot of women who are not eager to make friends, they don't want any parts of that. Like and subscribe to the channel and share this content. Hit the notification bell so that you're aware when I post a brand new video. If you watch this video until the very end, put the cute little high heel emoji in the comment section. I absolutely love to see it. Take care.